There we go. So last we left off, you guys started to make your way towards the Turning Spire, wrapped up any business you had in Emerald Harbor, wherein your two Azamar friends beat the shit out of each other. With consent, of course. Erin also managed to buy some fancy new gauntlets, which was pretty cool. Then after that, you guys all decided that you should probably actually do what you came to this side of the continent for, and began to fly northward. You encountered some strange, apparently magical wind that blew you off course, and may have had other effects. But nevertheless, you arrived on the blackened and dead beach, relatively close to the Turning Spire. The sand is dark. Many of the nearby vegetation are all dead. And there's a strange figure in the distance that Demir tried to contact, and it started laughing. And this is where we pick up, because at this point you hear the figure in all of your minds. It has the same sort of creepy voice that sounds familiar, and in fact it is speaking to you all in whatever language you consider your native language, but it sounds, as I said before, like it's covered in ants. It says, "You'll have to forgive me for laughing. I merely did not expect to see you all so soon."
Don't like that at all. Has the figure moved at all, or is it still like 100 feet away?
It's facing you, but beyond that, it's still far away.
Is it within 120 feet?
It's within 100 feet.
Aaron's gonna reach up to his little earring, and message it, I guess, back in Celestial. Well, we thought this was important.
I suppose that's fair.
You were expecting us?
Perhaps.
May I inquire who you are, then?
That's a more difficult question than you might expect.
It's really not that hard.
Well, how does one explain who they are if they have no need for a who in the first place?
Well,
where's Lish when we need him? This fucker's as cagey as a fae.
I know, she's great.
I mean, you
Okay.
guys know all the rules for interacting with Faye. This guy isn't Faye, though, if that's helpful.
Is he within 60 feet?
Nope.
Okay.
He's 100 feet away.
On the blackened beach that you guys saw in the Plane of Dreams.
Just to clarify, to be able to communicate with him, the people are doing so. Are they just like thinking through their minds, or like they speaking out into the air and then the person is responding, or is it only people using sending?
I assume that Zamir spoke her part because he's speaking to us in our brains.
Oh, yes. And whenever he responds to one of you, you all hear the response at this point.
Great.
Okay.
Great.
A who doesn't apply, but a what certainly would. So what are you?
Also an interesting question. I perhaps once was a person. Now I'm different.
At that point, Val kind of starts slowly closing the distance to try to get within 60 feet.
Okay. He watches you approach, but as you get closer, you can see that this figure is interestingly shaped. At first, looking at them, you think that they have a bunch of faces covering their form. But then you realize that this person, perhaps, seems to be wearing a gray, tattered, hooded cloak, upon which they have several masks that they are that they have secured to their person. You can see very little of their actual flesh, but you can see in the way that they move, just the hint of their legs drifting through the tattered cloak. And you can see that their flesh is gray and sallow and pockmarked in some places. But what really catches your attention is the fact that they seem to have 4 arms. And as you approach, one of their arms dexterously reaches for one of the masks and switches it with the one that they have, replacing the mask that they had been wearing. And this mask it looks friendly, but in an unsettling way. Like, the mask is porcelain and smiling, but the smile just seems too warped and stretched. The eyebrows too arched.
Bulk, I wouldn't get closer.
Once I'm within 60, I like barely within 60, I stop and I would like to do a divine sense, please.
All right. That's
Celestial fiend or
Celestial
undead.
Dead. You get nothing.
Do we have any business with you?
At which point Valk skitters back to the rest of the group.
Not necessarily.
Then
I
we'll be on our way.
merely just wish to observe.
Observe what?
Observe you all. While you head there, and one of the arms points towards the Turning Spire.
Wait a second. Someone who knows things. That would be Zoda or Stick. Val kind of slinks up to you and like whispers in ear. Who were the 3 wizard dudes again? So probably Zoda. Hey, we're the 3 wizard dudes again.
That? Probably would. I don't
You
know.
you recall that the one that comes to mind is Idurin the Indefinite, which is the one that was mentioned in the letter that you found from Max and Price.
Zeta didn't find that, but yeah.
Yeah,
So we don't know the other 2's names.
not at the moment. You just know that there were 2.
So it's just like, I don't know.
I'm assuming they were at one point a colleague of the Indefinite.
No, I was not.
You seem pretty
Sir.
confident for something who doesn't know who they are.
I once again have no need for a who. Not anymore. I serve a different entity. I have peered between the cracks in reality and allowed them into myself. I know who you all are very well, and I am a curious creature and merely want to see what will happen.
You know, full offense, but we don't exactly have the best track record with creepy, mysterious creatures observing us. So if you could kindly fuck off, that would be great.
Fear not, little princess. I have no intention on following you. I can see it just fine from where I am.
Who
Like
is
this
it
guy.
the one you serve?
Mackenzie, could you repeat that, please?
Who is the one that you claim to serve?
I am a follower of the Void Queen, but she is beyond your reach, Wild Roses. She is not your concern. You are more concerned with the Archmage and his stolen power.
What is the Void Queen's name?
She has no use for a name.
Does that name like ring any bells in anyone's heads?
Not at all.
Fuck.
You mentioned the Archmage has stolen power. From who?
Why, from the goddess herself.
Wait,
Sorry,
can I
you'll
call
have
that?
to be
Oh my
more
God, I called
specific.
Mackenzie,
I'll
could you
repeat-
repeat that, please?
Yeah, because people were talking over me. I'm sorry, I believe you have to be more specific. There are a number of gods and goddesses. Which one?
Surely by this point you've noticed how one of the goddesses has disappeared.
Perhaps, but I also like to be certain.
That would be the Lady of Mysteries, the Mother of Magic, the Lady of Spells, of Might, the one true spell.
Is that why she's vanishing? Because they stole her magic? They
It is
stole...
not just her magic that's been stolen. She herself has been stolen.
They stole a god's presence. The goddess herself.
In a way,
Who turned her mortal?
not quite.
Do they have her contained in the tower somehow?
She is not in the tower. That is merely where the indefinite made his bid for power, and you all failed to stop him the first time.
Have we done this before?
Not this exact sort of thing, but something similar. That is why I'm interested to see how it will go this time.
How many times has this happened?
So far, just once. And they hold up their hand, and their fingers are like long and spindly and kind of bony, and their finger probably has more joints than it really should.
Do you
Alk is
know
just
what gave us this chance to visit the tower again?
Perhaps. Whenever they laugh, by the way, it kind of echoes a little bit in that same sort of covered in ants way.
And I don't suppose you'd be willing to share that information.
I feel I've given quite a lot of information to you already.
Don't you want an interesting show?
I'm going to get that regardless.
What is in the tower? Is the Archmage still there?
No. You may be able to find his former companions, though, in a different state than you'd like, than they were before, perhaps.
Valk just kind of cocks her head and goes, Was I there last time? Or am I one of the differences?
You are a returning visitor. You have had the dreams, have you not?
It's at this point that Valk just kind of starts quietly praying. And it's just kind of twitching.
Were you watching last time?
No. Last
Okay.
time I still had a who. There were no cracks yet for me nor my queen to peer through at the time.
Wait a second. Is this Desk Man? They're out of character. I don't think Valk knows who Desk Man is.
Yeah. I don't even know what Desk Man is. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Someone
Oh,
had a dream where they were talking to someone at a desk. Like
yeah,
the party
with
knew them
which is Wash.
and felt like they were our benefactor or whatever.
The person at the desk had a cloak with the eye with a single star in the pupil.
Okay. I have no memory of when this happened.
Yeah, I don't remember this at all.
I think it was
It was in
Lish.
I don't remember Lish
I-
having a dream.
I think it was an Aaron
It
dream.
May have
it was
been
a
Aaron,
meeting.
actually.
Yeah.
So many
Yeah, there
dreams.
so many dreams. Yeah, there was a weird guy at a desk. He had Lish's pocket watch.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Wait, wasn't that was the dream of the first time we came here, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Right.
When
right,
Aaron
right,
gave
right.
that Toby existential crisis.
Yes, okay, I remember that. I don't remember it being a desk. I thought we were just walking, but
There was a
It-
scene transition.
Yeah,
Ah.
there was a dream transition. You guys were walking at first, but then the dream transitioned and you were in like a very large office-ish thing.
If you and your mistress's existence is dependent on the kinds of cracks and breaks in reality that this plane and probably others have been experiencing after Thur's disappearance, does that make you opposed to us fixing them?
I do not particularly care. The cracks are the cracks in reality. As far as I'm concerned, what's done is done.
I mean, are you saying it's not fixable then?
I am not particularly concerned if it is fixable or otherwise. I know that you're going to try, though, and I am interested in watching. I am even willing to provide you with transportation. And with one of their arms kind of waves behind them, and you can see that on the beach just past them, you swear it wasn't there before, but there is a rowboat that should be big enough to fit all of you.
Like that.
Are the dreams truly dreams, or are they something else?
What are dreams? In the first place, if not glimpses into the other.
Samir is going to look at the group and just kind of like, I don't think we need his help. I think we are more than capable of getting to the harbor on our own without him.
I don't think that's the help that we need, though. If we're writing the disappearance of a goddess, we're going to need all the help we can get.
I don't think we need its help.
I also don't think we have to either burn all of our bridges with it, nor take its offer.
We can
It's just-
politely decline. It's important to
Yeah.
note that this, whatever this creature is, they are something beyond what we have seen. It would be wise to probably remain on its good side for as long as we can. DM, there is a path leading to the spire that's like, it's only like a few inches of water, but it stretches all the way.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
The water itself is not deep. I guess I'll just say what they're called. The mask maker is offering you a boat.
So that we don't have to walk through the water.
So that you don't have to walk through the water if you don't want to.
Well, we have the option to politely decline if need be.
Also, when this was a Dream Beach, if I'm remembering correctly, the actual walking through the water was important. Maybe we're supposed to get wet.
Perhaps.
But what killed the trees?
Are you asking the mask maker?
Just thinking out loud more than anything else. If the mask maker wants to answer, that's the mask maker's prerogative.
The landscape you see around you is an after effect of your previous failure to prevent the goddess from being stolen away.
Aaron's just gonna whisper to Volk. I think apocalypses often have like fallout. Maybe like trees dying. Maybe like more.
From the sound of things, it seems like the goddess is currently in progress of being taken.
I think the goddess has already been taken, but maybe not in.
Not in this version.
Volk's 10 int is doing everything they can.
The goddess has already been taken.
Is that why we exist in history books?
We were here before and did a bunch of other stuff.
When a goddess is in charge of maintaining the barriers between realities and time, is removed from the equation, and the barriers are left untended.
So you're saying Mistra isn't just the goddess of magic?
That is her prerogative. It is her primary purpose as far as she is concerned. She also helps maintain balance, or she did until recently.
Why did the Archmage? Well, I mean, it's probably pretty obvious, but why did he go after the goddess?
What do men in power want besides more power?
Like I said,
But
it's pretty obvious,
with a
but
magic goddess.
His business is his own. But when you live for much longer than those you care for, wish to perhaps reconstruct reality in a way that would allow for him to see those loved ones once more. I'm sure your former Archfey friend might understand the burdens of long life.
And Lish is oddly
Did-
silent.
yeah,
Lish
let's
is
just
struck down by this
He is
awkward
tending to
moment.
the pixies because the pixies are freaked the fuck out by this dude.
Just
yeah,
keep
let's just
posing.
he's just keep posing blue screen of death in the background. It's fine.
Do. The number you're trying to
What?
reach is currently unavailable.
Whoa. Not a cool angle to be playing, dude. I love this whole idiot. This character so much. It's so good. I don't know what your deal is. Actually, I think I have a feeling about what your deal is.
Oh my god, my brain isn't working. You know what? Let's just say that Stick is a little petrified about being faced with an archmage, but he's being so brave about it. But his bravery
Being
ran
so
out for a
brave.
second. He's just I don't know if I want to keep talking.
Tobias asks the stranger, "Will you still be here when we come back?"
That depends.
On.
If I want to.
How do we know you won't interfere?
Well, where would be the fun in that? Interference is not my, how would you put it? Not my style. I'm more interested in watching. That is why I have so many eyes. And he kind of gestures with one arm towards all of the masks that he has on their back.
Inky. Hmm.
Well, I believe we've gotten all that we can here. Tobias will look to the stranger and say, "If we succeed this time, I'd like to see you there."
Could you repeat that, please?
Tobias said, "If we succeed this time, I would like to see you there." And he points to where they're standing.
There's more to success than what you will find in that tower.
Perhaps.
Is what
But depending on what we do find, we may have some more questions for you.
Very well.
is what we'll find in the tower on the road to our success?
Possibly. Depends on your actions and if you survive.
Lish, you have Revivify prepped, right?
Yeah. Yes, he does.
Okay. How do scrolls work in 5th edition again?
The way that I roll for them is if you can cast a spell of that level, you can use the scroll, whether it is whether it is a spell that you would ordinarily be able to cast with your class anyway. or not.
Okay, so Demir, you can cast 3rd level spells, right?
Yeah, I have a scroll of revivify.
Okay, so you've been holding on to the scroll of revivify,
Yep.
just making sure that we have as many points of revivification as possible.
Yep, I got it. Ugh.
We rested before or since our fight, or me fighting with Aaron, right?
Nope.
Nope. Nope.
We should-
That was all in the same day.
We should probably take a long rest before we go into the Tower of Doom, because it sounds like we're going to need every last resource we can muster.
I don't know if we should rest here. I'm going to like look around the landscape, like aside from fucker over there, like can we see anything else like in the trees? Like how I assume this area is pretty fucking decimated.
Pretty decimated. And actually, you like stop to kind of look around, and then you look back, and the mask maker's gone.
Fuck! Did everyone take their eyes off of him or just me? Seriously,
Oh,
guys!
sorry, I think I blinked.
Yeah, sorry, had
excuse
to
me?
sneeze again.
How can I take an eye off?
I've been too distracted by not only my wild guess being bright somehow, but also all the crazy shit that he just said. And that you guys just said.
Yeah, shit gets really weird when it's around us.
No kidding.
Extraplanar beings can be odd.
Also,
I mean, in fairness, we didn't know that this is our second time here. We just guessed that this was our second time here.
Demir,
well, I mean, it's good to have that confirmed.
Demir,
What?
that theory I told you back when we first met. Oh my God, oh fuck, why do I can't remember her name? Rosalind.
Rosania?
Rosania. No,
You haven't met her yet.
Esmeralda?
Esmeralda. Yes. That theory that I told you back when we met Esmeralda. It was right.
Yeah, you were right.
I was right.
The Aurora.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
Would you like to share with the rest of the class?
We are experiencing a time loop.
That's fucked up.
At least
This is
a little bit of a time loop, perhaps in some sections, if not entirely.
and the dreams we've been having are memories from the first time around.
I don't think that's 100% right.
No?
I think this happened before in a different plane of existence. And because of the cracks, we're experiencing it a second time. But we ourselves have not done this before, except for other us have.
There's no other us, is there?
Well, if dreams aren't dreams, but peering through cracks, then what's on the other side of the crack?
It could
Fucking
be this
dark matter
time
or whatever.
overlapping the other time. And that's what we're seeing is the prior time.
So it's a layer.
It could be.
So we're in a time cake.
What? What?
Like Jenga kind of cake.
What?
Maybe.
So it's a loop and a layer. But because of the actions in the previous loop, this cake is different.
I'm still confused about the cake.
How about we just figure out what we're gonna do next?
Well, what
Yeah.
did we do last time is the question. Who's had dreams about this?
Aaron raises his hand.
Everyone pretty much has, except for Zoda and Stick.
Dude and Stick are different. I think.
Yeah. You two weren't here with us before, were you?
We don't.
How would we
exactly
know?
I mean, probably not. All I know right now is I really, really don't want to interview that guy for my thesis.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that either.
The
If it's all the
dreamers.
same to you, if it's all the same to you guys, we never really met you before that cave in the mountain pass. So
Including in dreams.
my dreams have been normal. I don't know what he's talking about.
Lucky you.
On the flip side, though, we are down Hawk and Levy. So
So Valk's dreams include this trip to a certain degree.
I mean, there's a sense of deja vu associated with this place.
Well, whoever remembers their dreams, were Zoda and Stick with us, or were Levy and Hawk with us?
Levy and Hawk.
believe it
Levy
was
and Hawk.
Hawk leading the way.
So they're what's different.
Yeah. I mean, far from. Oh God, Aaron would say this. Okay. I mean, far from implying that Levy or Hawk are. Oh God. Weak links. Because that is very much not true. But, you know, different people, different possible things we can do. I mean, maybe it just opens up avenues we didn't have the first time.
Doesn't seem like we. Well, this is different, so perhaps we're not doomed by the narrative, as it were.
Also, it sounds like last time we might have had to fight the inevitable and his compatriots, and this time it's just his compatriots, I think. So I mean that's easier. That reduces our enemy count by 1.
But removes the enemy that we actually have to defeat.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go to him at some point, but like maybe he'll have less friends around him. Though I think I think Maskmaker said that like he didn't exist anymore. So
I do just want to throw it out there that the others were also archmages.
what does being an archmage actually mean? I haven't known this entire time, but it seemed too awkward to ask.
So like think like your normal like run-of-the-mill wizard. Like think Aldrich or Professor Itis. Now imagine someone who's like at least 10 times more proficient in its magic.
Oh God, I would not fight 10 Idrises. Okay, this is gonna be fun.
That's about what an archmage is. Like 10 Professor Itises.
And there are 3 of them. Well, at least
Just
2 of
2,
them in
I
that
think.
tower.
Maybe 10's an exaggeration, but the point is they're very powerful. They know a lot. They're not affiliated with the college. I'm sure they'd love to be, rather the college.
Well, I mean, if you were to conceptualize of Aldrich's magical proficiency as a level, potentially from 1 to 20, what?
Jesus Christ, Dove, come on. Let's be real though. Just like out of character, like wizards would absolutely be like the one class or faction or whatever to in character refer to the PHP.
My God.
Roll high enough perception, you can see the Zoom call.
Oh shit, is that why Liz has such good perception? He's in the Zoom call.
He saw the Zoom
He's
call
not
from
quite
outside
there.
the
He needs to
mortal
roll a
plane.
40. But you will be inflicted with an Eldritch Madness.
It's all good.
YOLO drove me insane long ago.
I mean, he's married to Demir, so.
Anyway. Either way, you're definitely not someone you should just, fuck around with. If we're going to run into them, we should be prepared. And honestly, our lives aren't worth whatever answers might be there. Because, like, if we're not alive, we can't act on whatever we learn.
On the other hand, though, I mean, these are people we need to take down and something we need to stop.
Well, yeah. But if they're out of your league, then they're out of your league. And it'd be better to, discretion's the better part of valor and all that. If it comes down to it, we shouldn't feel any regret about leaving with what we find.
If time is fucky, couldn't we figure out a way to come back later in our timeline, but at a better point for us winning in the timeline here?
No. To our knowledge, we have no control of when the time discrepancies happen.
Right.
But couldn't we take advantage?
But we don't know what type of discrepancy will be there until we go in and come back out.
Yet. God damn it, where did fucking creepy guy go? We need to ask him this question.
They might not even answer.
If we had the ability to control these time discrepancies, don't you think we'd be on the road to fixing them?
Well, how do you think we got here?
We haven't fixed any of them.
But we did this before and failed. But now we're trying to fix it again. How? Why? Who? What? How? Why? Who?
So,
We
like,
did
did you
this
guys
before.
leave any notes for yourself, or?
Oh, that would be really helpful.
We haven't found anything like that so far.
We haven't found anything like it, though.
How do you guys like? What evidence do you guys even have that it's like a total time loop, other than like that guy fucking saying some shit?
We've had visions of events occurring before they occur.
Okay.
Anything else?
We found our name in history books before, but
I would
Okay.
highly recommend consulting that.
Hawk had a picture of us all together way before we'd even met each other.
And it was us older.
And it was us older.
Right.
That means an older version of us is in the past.
Well, I mean, people's ages just get fucked up with the time stuff.
Oh,
I mean, Levy's sister got all weird because of it.
wait. So older you guys have been in the past, have been here before, and assuming it's a proper time loop, which I mean it could not be, like you said, but I would start looking for hints and notes that you might have left yourselves in those
don't-
books.
Couldn't we have
Oh,
sent ourselves a note?
actually, that's a really good thought.
Didn't you guys say you had like somebody back in Royus with access to like, I don't know, all that information?
Potentially, yes.
Yeah,
That also does entirely hinge on the fact that we were aware that time was going to alter.
That's true.
But if
Maybe-
we're aware now, wouldn't we be able to leave a note for ourselves in the loop? Unless
Possibly,
if it
but
is
also,
indeed a cake.
but also if you weren't aware then, but you are now, there could be unintentional clues to still look for. Harder to see, but like, you know that saying history repeats itself? Totally true. I would definitely start looking for like similar stuff in history books. Just
At the
saying.
very least, yeah.
Could we try sending a message to ourselves?
I don't think that'll work. At the very least, we could Demir might be able to send a message to Levy to ask her to look into some of the books in Royus that we found our names in and see what it says.
She was building a timeline on that the last time we were thinking about this, by the way. She was already compiling those notes. Nobody's
Oh, yeah.
just asked for them.
She's working on it. Let her fucking sleep. Jesus.
Let her cook.
yeah, she has the wall of crazy in our home. I remember that.
Then that just means we just need to wait for that answer. But in the meantime, we need to determine what to do right now. Do we want to rest first, make sure we're fully ready to go, and then head into the tower?
I'm voting yes on that one personally.
Yeah, I think we're all tired from the journey.
You mean you two are tired from beating each other up this morning?
I mean, I'm tired from beating up Volk, yes.
I was not anticipating our arrival being this
Weighty.
exciting.
Yeah, no,
Dick
this
is
has been
already
a whole
setting
event.
up a
I
spot
wasn't
to curl
expecting a
up and take a
welcoming party either.
Should we set up the
I'd-
tower? Don't think it's a good idea to rest out here, but at least in the tower we can have a little protection.
Wasn't there a town nearby?
Not
No.
anymore.
Not
Well, I
anymore.
mean, we could set
probably
up
used to.
shop in a ruin.
I mean, there's the ruins of the Turning Spire itself.
Yeah,
Not what I
There's a-
meant.
I don't know that I'd feel safer in the tower, to be honest. There's weird shit in there, and I don't trust any of it.
I think setting up the fortress would be best. Gives us some form of protection.
If that guy operates on vampire rules, it'll prevent him from coming in anyway, I think.
I mean, okay. All right, Lish is going to set up the fortress.
All right. You guys set up the fortress. Are there any conversations that would like to be had before you all go to sleep?
Fucking wizards.
Tobias will take first watch.
All right.
I don't think Valk would give up on the idea of trying to send a message to themselves.
Okay.
The other one was sending.
No, not that kind of sending. Outside of magic.
Like how?
What's the date? We need a specific time and place that we can send a message to. So
It's actually the
yeah,
I
I
mean,
meant this.
okay, I'm gonna be real here. Early in the 5th month of let me look up the year again. It just worked out that way. Early in the 5th month of the year 1837.
So if we all make a pact with ourselves, if we end up in the past to send a courier to Levy and the Doom and the house with a message to ourselves on this date, if in our futures we end up in the past, we should see if a letter will appear.
It's a fair insurance policy, I guess.
If you guys sent the letter now, how would it arrive in the past?
Yeah.
When we get to the past in the future, we send it to ourselves.
Last time we went into the tower, we ended up somewhere in the past, we think. So if this time when we go in the tower, we end up in the past,
aware of it.
send a letter to Levy today.
We aren't aware of anything that's happened to us.
We're aware of it now, though. So even if it doesn't work for our layer of the cake, if we fail, we're leaving a message for the next layer of the cake.
I'll have dreams. Maybe we'll get lucky and one of us will have a dream of having this conversation. And then we'll be like, oh, it's like the, I don't know, 4th. I should send that message over tomorrow or whatever.
But no, it's just all of us making a pact that if one of us ends up in the past during our travels, to then talk to a person in the past and hire a courier to deliver a package at a certain place and time.
Yeah, I have no problem with saying that if at any point in my life I end up on a date that is earlier than this one, I will do whatever I can to send a message to Levy at the tragedy house on today's date.
In the beginning of the 5th month of the year 1837.
Yes.
What do we want the contents of the message to be to prove that this is a thing? It should be weird that can't be replicated. The walrus sings at midnight.
We had a previous passphrase that Levy helped put together, and which Aaron remembers and can recite for the group.
I have the notes, don't worry.
Okay, let's do that.
Sign language.
It did involve sign language, I recall.
Just draw a hand, my God.
Just draw hands.
Just draw a hand.
Okay, but how can you draw hands? Just in general.
Okay, you're right.
How can anyone draw hands? Let's be honest.
I can sculpt hands. Does that help?
Hang on, where the fuck is it? Hold up.
Way back in
Okay, I have it. The password was Rose and Quarry, Friend in Infernal, Safe in Draconic, B in sign language.
Incorrect. Very close though.
What was it?
Felix
separate
pushing up
wooden
the nerd
codes
glasses.
arrive at Levy's
Oh my
house.
fucking god, please.
Sorry, go ahead.
I dug out my notes, please.
I know. I'm
Let
sorry.
the nerd cook.
The gesture was too funny to not. Go ahead.
Rose and Quarry, safe in Infernal, friend in Draconic, and then B in Sign. So yeah, you just had like the thing swapped.
So we can
You were
draw a
close as fuck.
B.
You could draw a B.
Okay, let's all memorize the code
I will also
word
type this out.
and send the message. At which point we can figure out if it's a loop or a cake.
All right, I promise to do as much. And Aaron reaches out his hand.
Okay, everyone hands in. We're making a pact.
We're making a pact. Lish, officiate.
Stick puts his hand in.
Tobias puts his hand
Wait,
in.
us too?
Every chance we have.
You're here
Okay.
too.
Zota
You're
puts hers in.
potentially going into the tower. Or not. At your discretion.
Sure. Demir puts her hand in the pile. I
Ooh,
don't think this will work, but
Should it be a blood pact?
no. Demir is taking her hand out of the pile.
Valk is just halfway to like,
Tobias, terrified. Absolutely not.
This is how you spread Toby's lycanthropy, Volk.
good point. Okay, so we all
This
make
is not
a pact.
OSHA approved.
And in the morning, we need to contact Levy and see if we have a letter. We just got a letter. Sorry.
I mean, I could talk to her right now, or Varhasa, or Aldrich. I don't. This feels so beyond. I think it's obvious here that we are on our own. That whatever awaits us out there is beyond the ken of anyone who is here on this plane or loop or whatever we are in.
Well, this will see if we can help ourselves at least. Well, more than we already do. Okay, let's contact Levy and see if we're in a cake or a loop.
I still don't understand the cake.
Layers.
Like ogres.
But I think we'd
Okay.
rather be in a time cake than a time ogre.
What about a time parfait?
A time onion.
Time cake is faster to say, unless if you want to be in a time onion.
I
I'm
mean,
going.
this shit kind of does stink sometimes. Is Demir calling Levy? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm going to call Levy.
Okay.
At which point the DM now needs to decide if we're in a loop or a cake.
Oh, I already know.
I'm giving Levy a call on my
Or
scry
a combination. A
All right.
lake.
Did Levy receive a letter?
You've gotten like all sorts of junk mail, frankly. There's like some communication from the kids' schools.
Report cards.
Well, not quite report cards. They haven't been going there long enough, but it's more like, come to our fun evening charity event.
yeah.
Like all that bullshit.
The parent teacher conferences.
Yeah.
Back to school night.
Please make sure Egress actually does his homework, stuff like that.
Mm.
There's you've gotten some junk mail from the city that is, as soon as like the papers were signed and the name of the house was changed and stuff and put into your guys' name, you started getting messages labeled to resident of blah 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 blah. So a few of those at one point there was like a lost cat poster that was sent to you, but nothing like that.
Okay.
So
Just
it
so it didn't get sent.
so it is a cake.
Cake.
Yeah, when I scry on Levy, Demir just sounds a little exasperated. Like, Levy, did you happen to receive a weird note with the drawing of a bee on it?
What time is it?
It's like midday.
Yeah,
Because we left right after the fight. So
I was gonna say it's probably like afternoon at this point. For you, it would be closer to like lunchtime. So maybe you'd be at the market or something. Up to you.
Yeah, she's in the market, like getting groceries or something else stupidly fucking domestic. I love this for her.
I love
Um,
for her.
She's got like her little basket of produce in the crook of her arm and everything. Little sundress steely going on. Whatever. She's vibing. Cardigan.
Oh, love it.
Cozy. Cozy. But she kind of perks up a little bit and goes, "No, should I go check the post?"
I don't think it's necessary. We're man. I'm just going to give her like the 5-second summary of like we're at the tower and there was a creepy guy and this is a time loop. We've been there before. It's
All right.
happening.
Okay. Do you need anything from me about it? I mean, I got time. Obviously, I could go, I don't know, consult the history books again, or did I even ever get to tell y'all about the stuff I found in the history books already? Other than just it mentioned us, because I have a whole thing.
I just think last I remember it was that we were mentioned, but
All right. How about, because you have a time limit on this thing, how about call me again tomorrow and I'll have like my notes summarized for you guys, and to help out with that. What all else did you kind of like figure out? What's new, so I can add that.
well, the the beach from the dreaming where we walked into the water, that is where we are. It's real fucked up.
Like in what way?
Like the trees are all dead, the landscape is desolated. And I mean the creepy monster and the water and everything is fucked.
All right. Yeah, I'll add that to my notes, and I'll look for any I guess history on that area, so I can see if that's like new or it's like a recurring thing, like us showing up there.
From the creepy masked man's description, it was the first time.
Well, he could also be a big fucking liar, so
I mean, yes.
Levy, roll an Arcana check.
oh, fucking tits. Hang on. My brain is scrambled eggs. I'm so sorry. Jesus fucking tits. That's the wrong window. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be a 15. Not great, but
Based on Demio's description, it sounded like some sort of aberration, the masked figure.
all right, cool.
But that's all you can really glean.
Well,
He said
some to
something
work off
about
of.
the Void Queen.
The what now?
The Void Queen? That's who he said he served. Do you know it?
Should I roll another Arcana check or even religion?
You don't need to roll. That's completely unfamiliar.
Okay. No, that don't mean nothing to me. But I can. You know what? I think I'm gonna invoke that the emergency thing and go knock down, proverbially knock down Aldrich's door on that one, because that sounds not good.
No, it doesn't.
Leave is stopped, by the way, in the middle of like the market, kind of off to the side, actually, like between a couple of stalls, and she's just like done the apologetic wave to the merchants at the stalls, and she has her notebook like propped up on her basket, and she's like furiously writing notes.
I don't know if I wish you were here or not. Truthfully, if this is our second time around, then maybe you shouldn't be here.
Demir
think
talks
I've-
out loud when she's doing this, right?
No,
Yes.
it's telepathic.
So
Well,
not out.
telepathic for this, speak out loud for message.
Yeah.
Okay, because Valk was about ready to go whap.
I think I'm almost ready to come on back. And yeah, I'm just gonna say I love you, and there's and just the rest of them, and there's no way that you would be able to convince me to not come back. So I'm gonna need you to stop talking like that real quick. I've got a couple new things up my sleeve anyways. So for now, I'll keep helping from here. Call again tomorrow, all right? I'll have something for you.
All right. I'll give you a call tomorrow.
Be safe as you can be.
We're camping out here. We're not going to the tower until tomorrow. So
Good. Yeah, could you just give everybody in the party proper, nobody I haven't met before, obviously, could you give them all just like a hug for me? Please. I miss them. I miss everybody.
of course.
All right. Thank you. Just take care. All right.
All right. And I'll drop the sky.
Okay. Where?
All right. Are there any other conversations that would like to be had this evening?
Well, Levy wants us all to stay safe and told me to hug all of you, but I imagine that would be a little awkward.
Aaron immediately walks over and hugs Demir.
Demir
Tobias
will
go and
give.
hug Demir as well.
Aww. Demir will first give Aaron like an awkward pat on the head, and then when Toby joins the hug, she'll hug back. And I guess Lish will join in the hug. And then peer pressure stare over at Valkyria.
This was a trick to get Demir to get some hugs. Oh, there's Callie. That was a good jump, girl boss. Bye. She's getting in her hammock. Sorry. I love her. I love that cat so much.
Falk waddles up and just kind of goes pat pat. And then waddles away like a penguin.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll call Levy back tomorrow before we go.
Go to our potential deaths.
All right. So as rest finds you all one way or another, I'd like everyone to make a wisdom saving throw.
We are having people keep
Uh-oh.
watch. Like,
Oh,
we're
yes.
not.
Oh, I know.
You said everybody make a wisdom saving throw?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotta double check.
17.
Tobias got a 17.
17, Kieran?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
you're good.
Can you roll a 1 and just instantly fail on these kinds of saves in this edition?
I mean, technically no, but what's your total?
8.
That's a fail anyway.
I know.
So,
I got a 15 total.
Stick, you're good.
Lish got a 22 and Demir got a 24.
Both fine. Zoda,
10.
Hmm?
10.
10. All right. Tobias,
17.
For a moment. People
Okay,
are
you're
talking
good.
up a storm in the other room. I'm gonna go check on them. Let me know the consequences of my failure when I get back.
well, I need you to roll a d6.
Oh, never mind. I'll do that first.
If you got a 10 or below, roll a d6. You got a 4? Okay. Don't leave. Roll a d8.
Five.
Okay. And then Valk.
4 and a 4.
All right. 4. Okay. All right. And our buddy Sniv here also rolled like a 13, so he's fine. Okay. You all come to consciousness in the morning.
Are Zoda and Valk Still here?
Oh yeah, they're still there.
Okay, great. Nothing happened during the night?
You guys had various people on watch throughout the evening, and you didn't really see anything out of the ordinary.
Just means we missed whatever went wrong.
Yep.
That's concerning. Anyway, yes, I will get back.
Actually, I will say that Demir, you had a brief flash of a dream of walking into a room to find that a battle seemed to have occurred and there are two bodies. But it was very quick.
Did I recognize the bodies?
No, they both seem to be elvish in nature though.
Great. I am
Hey,
going to.
does Stick recognize the bodies?
Demir was the one with the dream. But one was masculine and one was feminine.
Don't kill his mom.
I'll tell the party about it, but I don't know what it was, but I thought I saw two bodies in my dream last night. Oh,
Could it be the two other archmages?
It
Because there were three
might
of
have-
them.
yeah, it might be. I mean, they were elves, right?
And it was in the tower.
I just walked into a room. I can't remember.
Well, not much else we can do. Was there anything anyone else needed to do before we start making our way in?
How early is it?
Gotta make sure spells are prepared.
I mean, at this point, I would say it's probably around let's say 9:30 in the morning. It's a cloudy day though, maybe a little darker than it should be.
I'll try trying on Levy after breakfast. Oh, who wants some temporary HP? I have
I would like to be prepared.
Who's
Okay.
the under 100 gang?
I am.
I'm literally like Stick is literally 99
That was
HP.
meant to be. I think
That's
it's
so
literally
funny.
everyone except for Toby and Aaron.
Yeah.
As I say, the D12 hit die gang.
Aaron just flexing in the corner.
You're beefy.
Listen,
If you weren't-
Tobias is just built different.
If you two weren't above 100 hit points at this point, I would be concerned.
So sorry, I'm messing with Licious spells because he doesn't need scry today. Um, I would say I'll give a treat to myself, to Vault, to Lish, and I have one last one.
Valk takes hers and just like scuttles into a corner and just kind of
And
Okay.
you get 4 temporary HP. Is that?
Stick, do you so it's just like checking in with her buddy, like, hey, is it okay if I take this, or do you want it, or
I'm so sorry. Take what?
oh, one of Demir's temporary HP pastries.
You can get 4 temporary HP if you want.
Nah. Like I said, it's literally 99 HP. So it's okay.
Okay.
He's a sturdy
So
little.
Zoda?
Sounds like it, yeah.
All right. And Zoda.
Sweet.
So y'all get 4 temp.
Tasty.
Not much, but it's not nothing.
All right. So you guys decide to slog through the water. The boat that the mask maker left is still there.
I
Uh,
think Aaron's
I
gonna
don't-
suggest water going at least.
yeah, I don't think we should.
Actually, Aaron's gonna have gotten up early and be currently in his bathing suit already.
Zoda's gonna walk up to the boat and inspect it.
Okay. Roll investigation check.
Last. Sweet. That is a 23.
23. It is a rowboat, big enough for everyone in your little group. It is made out of wood.
For something created by that thing, this seems like a very normal rowboat. I don't think there's anything. I don't think there's any tricks associated with it or anything.
Valk pokes at it.
Okay. You poke it.
Magic eye lady, magic.
Oh yeah, is the sorry, is the boat magical? I assume it's not, but just in
Nope.
case.
It's a
I
boat.
do have. I still don't trust it, but I also don't trust anything around here.
Yeah, the water looks like it could not be right. If the trees are this wrong from what's gone wrong, what could be wrong in the water that we're not seeing?
Mm-hmm.
But then the boat was left here by the creepy man. Could we fly in? Would that be a better idea, everyone? Should we fly?
I mean, Lish can
Do we
certainly
really
do
want to
some-
use spell slots right now?
True.
Do we
We
really
want
want
to
use
save
spell
those.
slots
I just
right now?
Better yet, do you think that they wouldn't have something to defend against that?
That is, if they're aware. Of course, they might already be aware that we're here, and this whole entire conversation is a moot point.
They wouldn't have to be aware of us specifically. Flying isn't exactly, well, hard to come by if you're a spellcaster.
Maybe we should go underground. Do we have any way to go underground?
We
Or
do
do we-
not.
It's an island.
There's still ground under the water. Of course, that ground might be.
We don't
long,
have a
too.
means of going underground. Let's just pick an option. Pick the boat or pick the fucking stretch of land going over the water.
Aaron's
I
gonna
don't
start
trust
waiting.
the boat.
All right.
I don't trust the boat.
Aaron enters
I'm
the water.
going to- Oh boy, yeah. Okay, does Aaron enter the water?
He does that, yes.
Okay. I'm going to
water
walk
is-
Aaron in the water.
The water is very brisk. It certainly wakes you up.
Woo!
How deep is it?
Acting like an ice bath in the morning.
Not deep at all. At this point, it's like that deep. Like, you know, when you are going to a water park and then they have the wave pool and like there's it's fine at first, but then like first few steps you kind of have to like really pick up your legs if you want to keep walking. It's kind of like that.
Well, Valk
And Aaron will be like, you
takes
know,
off her
reaching-
boots and bottom part of her armor.
Oh, wait, shit. Hold on. I was just selecting spells for Lish. He has water walk.
He what?
There is a spell called water walk. Hold on.
Okay, but
Let
do
me-
you want to waste a spell slot on just walking through the water?
Yeah, but it could get us above the water. So it lets
But-
it grants the ability to move across any liquid surface such as water, acid, mud, snow, quicksand, or lava as if it was almost solid ground. Up to 10 willing creatures that you can see within range gain this ability for the duration. I think it might be a good idea to not get into the water, but I guess we don't know how deep it goes.
What spell slot level? Sorry.
It's a 3rd level.
That is kind of that is a
Ooh.
revivify that we could need.
Yeah, I don't think there's that big of an issue to just because it says the stretch of land goes all the way to the tower and it's not very deep.
And there's also a wooden boat right here.
I think we're
Yeah, I don't
overthinking
trust that
things quite a
boat.
bit.
It's a boat.
I don't trust taking a gift from that thing. That might
Mhm.
imply we then owe it.
Fey rules.
They rules.
But didn't
Good
we
point.
confirm that it wasn't a fae?
My divine sense does not say Fey, and I got nothing on him.
Levy said it sounded as if it could have been an aberration.
I don't think there's going to be anything on other end. I mean, honestly, if there is, worst case, we have to recuperate and come up with another plan.
I mean, we can try walking, and if it doesn't work, I
So it's the plan, guys.
guess we're walking.
All right.
And Aaron's going to be, like reaching out a leg, tapping the area in front of him before he goes, just, making sure there's nothing weird coming up.
Okay. That can be a perception or investigation.
All right. Which of those? Ooh, that is not very good.
I
Which
shall
of those am I
investigate.
better at? That's a 7.
Okay.
Another 23 on investigation.
Okay.
Her investigation is stacked, guys.
So
Nice.
between you two, though mostly Zoda, you guys are able to find what you believe to be a stable enough path. So let me set the scene a bit. As I said before, the water is cold. Close to the let's say the midway point between the shore and and the Turning Spire, there's something of a pale gray angular stone column in something like an obelisk in the water. But then beyond that, you can see the Turning Spire.
Does the obelisk look familiar to Lish or Demir?
Roll an Arcana check.
Ooh. For both of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are there any markings on the obelisk?
Yeah.
You're too far away to see right now.
Fair.
Well, Demir rolled a natural 1. Lish rolled an 11.
Okay. It seems to be a pillar.
Looks like a rock.
So do you try to keep a distance from it, or do you allow yourselves to walk close to it?
I'm personally in favor of giving everything in the water a wide berth, but
Yeah, I have no
Aaron
problem
is
with
the
that.
one helming this adventure.
Yeah, he'll go around it.
Okay. How far?
Ooh. Let's see. So he's gonna walk up. He's not gonna stop walking around. He's just gonna angle around it. So that probably passes him I don't know, 15, 20 feet to it.
Wow. Okay.
Really? Maybe more like 30? 60?
I mean, if Demir's yo, move away from that. I mean, he's
Yeah,
not gonna not move away from that.
Not get close to it.
How close do you want to get to it?
I would say let's keep as much distance away as we can while still staying on the shelf.
That's fair. All right, yeah, he'll just walk over till he finds the spot, that's no longer comfortable to keep going, and then go up.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. You get to about 120 feet away from it. And now that you're close enough to it, you can see that there seem to be various sigils decorating its surface. And once you step within this distance, the sigils light up, and then a beam shoots into the sky. the clouds above you guys start to darken. And I would like everyone
else stay
to
back.
make a dexterity saving throw.
Does this activate my danger sense?
Yes.
Awesome. Then I can re-roll that. Oh, that really wasn't much better.
Still an improvement, I would
7.
hope.
An improvement of
16.
1 point.
I got 13.
Liz got a 13 and Demir got a 6.
So, acid starts to rain down from the sky. Those of you, including Snid, that got a 13 or below. Let me just do some math. Okay, those of you that got a 13 or below, you take 19 acid damage. The rest of you take half that. And I don't know what happened to my camera, but I will see if I can figure it out.
You round down, right? Or do you round up?
Up.
Round it up, because I would assume that you guys, when an enemy takes half damage, would want them to take as much damage as possible.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Is that damage just like a burst damage, or are we continually taking damage from said rain?
Burst of damage.
Valko's shield.
Sniv
Damn.
hits at the rain.
Tobias rolled a nat 1 plus 9 for a 10. And it's like, you stupid bitch.
He's supposed
Well,
to be good at this.
That was me with my wisdom save, and then now here I am actually making a dex save.
All right. So do you go within 120 feet of this? Seeing some no's.
Seeing some
Okay.
no's. Yeah,
Alright.
no.
So this will mean that your time, it takes a little while longer for you to go around, but you are eventually able to avoid any further effects from the pillar. And eventually you arrive on the shores of the Turning Spire.
Well, this is it, boys.
You might know we're here by now.
Yep. Though, given how sparse the landscape is, and that we just set up a fortress, I doubt we would have had the element of surprise either way.
True.
Yes, they definitely would have known we were coming.
So the buildings that you see are made out of stone and wood, and they seem to actually be in good shape. There are various small pieces of lighting, magical lighting, that are floating around here and there. You see absolutely no people. You don't hear any people either.
Bunch of creepy old empty buildings. It's fine.
Yep.
The
Well,
architecture is elvish in nature. You can see. And it would be beautiful if it weren't a ghost town.
Fine is not the term I would use.
Is there like kind of looking around, are there any signs that this place has been abandoned for a long time, or
Roll
how?
investigation check.
Okay. Investigation. That's another natural one. This is a different dice this time.
I mean, it's kind of hard to tell. You're kind of distracted.
Yeah, by the creepy turning tower.
Yeah, and I mean, you can see it just fine. It's there, it's rotating slightly.
The town must have died when all the trees died.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, you don't see any bodies either.
Well, reality might have gotten to them. Or they fell through the cracks. Or something ate them.
Oh, terribly reassuring options. Hey, maybe they managed to evacuate. That's what I'm choosing to believe.
Did they leave? How much stuff got left?
Roll an investigation check.
We won.
You're more
Oh my
distracted by
God.
the kind of greenish arcane lights that are floating through the city to provide light.
Valk is very much, whenever one comes by, is like avoiding getting close to any of them.
Okay.
And I'll also look for signs what's up with people, and that's 18 for him.
What are you investigating?
Just signs of human well, that's racist. Signs of people passing.
Looking around, looking as subtly as you can into the windows and homes that you see nearby. It's a lovely place, but it looks as if people just got up from the dinner table one day and didn't come back.
Okay.
Still no bodies.
That's not right.
Disconcerting.
That's really not right. Tell me, Demir, what do your warlock eyes see?
Yeah, I mean, looking around, there's no like obvious sources of magic anywhere, is there?
Well, I mean, there's the lights. Hang on. Let's see. Yeah, they seem to be torch sized, glowing. They're evocation in nature.
About what I would expect.
Zoda, you would know that these are they look like a modified dancing lights spell so that it can provide street lighting in evenings or on darker days such as right now.
Well, on the bright side, the lights don't seem to be harmful at all. If anything, they're just a more permanent version of dancing lights.
That's good news.
More worrisome is, of course, where everyone went to. I guess we just push on, stay on guard.
And as we walk, I'm keeping my eye out for any other like magical blips aside from the dancing lights. Like if anyone left behind a magic ring.
With what the masked fellow was saying, maybe it gone isn't quite the right term for these people.
Maybe. Soda has one hand on the handle of her longsword. Or is it a short sword?
Oh, Valk's walking around with hers like half drawn.
Yeah. So it's just ready to draw it. It's a longsword. So it's just ready to draw it at any given moment. With the other hand, she reaches into her side bag and then pulls it back out with a necklace wound around it.
You move deeper into the city. You find what seems to be a marketplace. Once again, it looks as if everything has just been left there.
Is it dusty?
Yes.
Well, it's been a while.
This
Been a
is,
while.
by the way, the map I have on display right now in Roll20. But everything's dusty. What food had been there seems to be rotten.
Long spoiled.
I'd say long spoiled, but like you wouldn't want to eat it.
That's actually a good point. We're in a market. Did they have a magic item stall of any sort?
Yeah, I'm still keeping my eyes out for magic.
Or at least like a weapons vendor or something that we could see if we can gather additional resources from?
Sorry.
Not really.
Stupid
Most
wizards.
of the things being traded seem to be fruits or household items. You guys know in the history of this place that you looked up that this town mostly sprung up it sprung up around the Turning Spire in the mages themselves. So anything that's probably valuable beyond whatever was needed for people to survive here had to have been imported and probably brought to the mages themselves.
I'm going to go over to one of the abandoned shops and see if there is like a register or like a chest of any gold. Yeah, I want to see if anyone, like, it's been abandoned, and like, you know, if you're abandoning a place, the first thing you grab would be, you know, your money. Because everything else can just be rebought. So can I find like a chest with any gold in it, or
looking around, you're able to find a small strong box underneath the stall. It is unlocked, and inside you find about 17 gold and a ruby.
okay, well, yep, whatever happened here, I don't think they got away.
Yeah, the owners don't exist anymore. So
Go ahead and finish.
Well, I was just gonna say, should we take a moment to gather as many resources as possible and see if there's any additional lockboxes?
I wanted Tobias to look through the stores for a ledger, any indication of a date.
Roll investigation check.
You got a 14.
14. You're able to find one book that seems to be a ledger of some sort. It is not in a language that you know.
Is it Elvish?
Yes.
Lish is going to take the.
Yeah, Tobias will
Going to-
pass it off to Lish.
All right. It just seems to be like an average ledger, nothing sketchy or out of the ordinary. Does not use years, though.
Poop. What is the last date? Is it around this time of year?
Pretty close.
That's good. Lish will let Toby know, and while that is happening, Demir is going to go through and see if there are any more lock boxes.
All right. Roll investigation check.
Ooh,
I wish to assist.
do I get advantage then?
Yes.
Oh, much better. All right, that is investigation. Oh, hold on. Hold on. That is a 19.
19.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was looking at Lish's character sheet. Lish has a different thing than Demir. That's actually a 22.
Out of the strong boxes, you're able to find a total of 38 more gold pieces.
Woo, 38 gold pieces.
Drop it in the party funds. And how big was
That's
the
what I'm
ruby?
doing.
Ruby's like this big. Not very big.
Doesn't Demir have a way to estimate costs on things?
Yes,
Or was that
I
a different
do.
character?
I do. I was just adding the gold to the thing, but yeah, I have my little blend tie that I can use, but I'll hold off on it. And unless we have more to do. I've noted that we have a ruby.
All right. You do notice that there's a statue near the marketplace.
Oh.
Again, Valk hasn't seen Desk Man, but is this Desk Man?
That's what this is. It's actually 3 people. You see an elvish man with long hair and sort of a sharp nose, and he is wearing an amulet with an eye with a single star in the pupil. There's also another elf. His hair is shorter, and he looks maybe a little younger than the other guy. And his hand is reaching out like he is offering someone a hand. And he has a carving of a sheath of wheat crossed with a wand in front of a star. But the most prominent part of the statue is a female elf with long woven hair. And her hands are sort of folded in front of her very gently, like she's cradling something. But she looks stern but welcoming at the same time. She is wearing an amulet of 3 stars, all connected. And then there is an inscription in Elvish at their feet.
What does it say? I assume these are the archmages.
Yes. It says Idurin the Indefinite, Ilmadia the Enlightened, and Teriel the Hospitable.
I'm assuming Valk recognizes the other 2 god symbols.
Well, they're not god symbols.
Yeah. Well, I was assuming since the eye is one god. Okay.
Well, the eye seems to be representative of Idurin the Indefinite.
Oh, not Mistra.
Mistra, her thing is like 7 stars in a circle or something.
Sorry.
All good.
Wires crossed.
Stick, do you recognize either of these other symbols? Do I?
I mean, you guys can roll a history check if you want.
Sure. A natural 20, total 28.
You would know that just based off of the statue, the way it's presented, and the history of Island, looking at it, these 3 are indeed the archmages in charge of the magocracy. The leader among these 2 was Ilmadia the Enlightened, the feminine elf, which is why her representative symbol is 3 stars all connected. Now, historically, stars and the idea of magic and space are all sort of connected and associated with Mistra. So it's not surprising that these people would have chosen stars to represent them. And since Ilmadia is the leader of the 3, her symbol is the 3 stars all connected, sort of, for lack of a better descriptor, sort of like the Olympic rings. They're all connected to each other. Teriel the Hospitable, looking at it, it's likely that he was more focused on the advancement of society as a whole and making sure that people have the things that they need to survive. Thus, the sheath of wheat crossed with the wand in front of the star. And then Idurin, the single star, the eye with a single star in the pupil, he is probably more focused on the advancement of knowledge and the protection of the people. Just based off of how they're presented on the statue.
Okay. Zeta relays that information to the rest of the group.
Oh boy. Looking up at it, does the lady and one of the elves look like the bodies I saw in my dream?
At a glance, you could see the similarities, yes.
I don't think the other 2 are alive. Anymore, at least.
At least not how they were. I know you say the indefinites I has to do with knowledge, but could that also mean he's watching? As in we're being watched?
I mean, we're being watched no matter what, but not by a Durin, apparently.
Well, it could be.
The masked guy did say he'd be watching.
Mhm. We weren't exactly subtle coming up. So,
Whether or not we're being watched, they, again, would know that we're here by now. Lack of action is honestly a little bit concerning. Could be that they don't care. Could be that they're waiting for us to run into something.
or they're not here anymore.
Or they're not here anymore. We were told that 2 of them were up there. She sort of like leans back and looks up at the top of the tower. So I guess the one missing is the one who ascended, for lack of a better word.
Is like we've been watching. The tower is rotating, right? Has it
Yeah,
made a
very,
complete
very slowly.
Okay, I was going to say, like, as we've been here, has it made a complete loop or is it still very slow?
Still very slow.
Uh, well, um, have we seen an entrance to the tower as it's rotating? Or is it all just smooth stone?
You need to get a little closer.
I don't imagine there's anything here more. Unless there's something someone else wants to check out. Could call Levy. It's probably been long enough that she's awake. But I don't know how much history is going to help us right now.
Stick makes that face that cats do when they're offended.
I'm not sure that the middle of a haunted market is the best place to make a call.
Yeah.
We also don't want Levy to worry about if we are all right or not. Also, not knowing might be worse than taking the time to know.
I mean, I told her we would call her tomorrow, or today, but I didn't say when. Gives her more time to prepare, I guess.
Either way, if we're looking for an entrance, then why not just walk up and go find one?
Yeah, let's try it. Is there a way to the tower or?
You're heading closer to the base of the tower,
Yeah, I guess.
where you'd imagine it would be. All right. So weaving your way through the quiet and empty buildings and streets, you eventually make your way to a staircase that leads up to something of a platform, above which, maybe about 30 feet, there's the tower. Now, on this platform, there are several arcane rooms, likely holding the tower itself aloft or assisting with such. And now that you are closer to the base of the tower, you can see that there's a nice set of double doors, large oaken on one side of the tower.
Great. I mean, we can try it. Strong people, do you want to try it?
Well, you'd have to fly up to the doors.
There's not even like it's just like 30 feet up.
It's 30 feet up, yeah.
Oh shit.
So is Valk having to make trips?
Someone could fly up and put a rope down. Someone could throw someone up there and see if that works.
Well, I have the wings for a reason. So I would like to activate my wings.
All right.
I have an hour and then they'll recharge in 10 hours.
Okay.
And I fly up very, very, very cautiously as I'm approaching the actual doors.
Okay. What do you do?
There's doors.
There's doors.
Now that I have a closer look, is there any sort of handle?
Yeah. Seems to be brass. There's something about the texture and material of the tower itself and the stone that seems familiar to you, but
Valk uses a bit of her tabard and reaches out and like pulls at the handle.
Okay, roll a strength check.
Uh, 17, 21.
All right, yeah. The door is heavy, but you're able to pull it open. There's a small entryway. And then another set of doors just beyond that.
Is there anything to mount a rope to?
You could probably pretty easily tie it to the handle of the door on the inside if you wanted.
To the set of doors inside or the doors that I'm currently at?
Doors you're currently at.
And it looks like the hinge construction would be able to take people's weight.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I tie a rope then, like, and triple knot it.
Cool. All right. Do you guys climb the rope?
Yeah.
Suppose so.
Cool.
We spelunking in the wizard cave.
We spelunking in the wizard cave.
Since Valk has her wings out, she does a couple trips with the littler people.
All right. Once again, for everyone but Stick and Zoda, something sort of familiar about this, but you can't quite reach it.
Deja vu-y.
Kind of. Except it feels recent.
Don't like that. Don't like that at all. Are there any windows on the tower that we can see?
In the room you're in? Not right now. This is like an entry hall.
No, I mean like on the outside of the, like looking at
on
it
the
as
outside?
it's rotating.
You
Yeah.
did not see any except for ones that are very high up.
I was going to say, if you have your wings out, you might want to try looking around, but
Val kind of leans out the door looking up. Yeah, that's a ways up.
yeah.
But no, so if it feels recent and all the things that we found indicated that this disaster happened recently, does that mean in the time cake we're shortly after when we failed the first time?
You don't know.
I'm not asking for clarification. Valk is saying this to the party.
Well, I'm obviously outside this conundrum, but the food in the markets wasn't too far gone. Definitely wasn't good. So it's probably relatively close, wouldn't it be? If it's been ages, then it probably would have been reduced to black slime at this point.
Enough for dust to have settled.
Dust has settled, that is right. That doesn't take very long, does it? Feel like a month or so?
Of course, who knows if time is functioning properly here.
Yeah, because the last date on the ledger was around this time.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not
Once in
that's
a
this
year.
year or a year before remains to be seen.
Or next.
If it's next year, then you'd think there'd still be people here.
And this doesn't feel familiar to you two, Soda and
No.
Stick.
This is my first time here, and it's dreadfully exciting in a mixed way.
Well, hopefully that's a good sign and not a bad sign.
In for a penny, in for a pound, I guess.
Man, if I don't get some kind of accolade for this thesis, I'm gonna be so mad. Just
Hey, I'll vouch for you.
thanks.
Is okay, so there's nothing like in the hall itself, like no decoration. It's just pretty open space, huh?
It's an open space, and you would know that this is typically, if this were a royal hall, this would be the room where people would prepare themselves before going to meet those in charge and make whatever requests they were going to make.
Fair enough.
There's usually guards.
Yep.
That
No
is
guards
actually-
here. All right. Well,
Would a guard outpost, office, whatever be close? Shouldn't one be close by then?
yeah, are there any
Barracks.
employee
There we
only
go.
areas?
Hmm?
Are there any employee only doors?
Not that you can see at the moment.
I don't think that there's anything to do except push on. I'm gonna walk up to the big doors.
Okay. What do you do with them?
Are they unlocked?
You try the door?
Yeah.
Okay. They're unlocked.
Hey. Demir pushes against them with her squishy little body.
Okay. These ones are not as heavy as the other ones. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'll move the map.
Oh boy.
Isn't a marketplace anymore.
So
This
what
isn't
you
Kansas
see
anymore.
actually is a room that is familiar to you, and not just from deja vu. However, there are clear signs that a battle of some sort has taken place.
Oh boy. Oh, this is the room from the dreaming.
Yes, it is.
Oh.
You can
Oh, that's-
you can see blood stains and scorch marks and splatters and signs of arcane combat that took place here, as well as 2 bodies slumped by the thrones.
Isn't good at all.
There's no magic stuff around when I'm looking, is there?
This entire space is magical.
What kind of magic?
Let me double check. Mhm. Pretty sure it's conjuration, but I want to be correct. Yeah. This whole area is covered in conjuration magic. There is some abjuration over closer towards the bodies, but otherwise there's also things such as evocation among the scorch marks and other signs of battle.
I am letting everyone know where the, like, hey, there's conjuration magic up there. Like this entire area, like there's evocation, this whole area is abjuration. Just letting everyone know to keep eyes out.
In relation to the conjuration, it does kind of feel like the tower itself is just steeped in conjuration. It's almost as if the tower is making use of extra dimensional spacing.
Valk is just straight up shield, sword, edges in front of the party slightly.
You should be able, yeah, I was gonna say, you should be able to move your token wherever you like.
And it literally gonna keep her eyes on the situation. She's being careful to keep her back to the rest of the party, but is just eyes.
All right.
If we
Tobias wants to investigate the bodies.
Yeah,
Zoda was gonna do the same.
I will go with him, but like cautious, because there's magic up there by the bodies.
All right. Move yourselves where you please.
I halfway wonder if Toby's grim psychometry would be of use here.
But yeah, Valk is doing her best to like keep like one side of her wings just kind of blocking people, but is very much all eyes on deck.
All right.
I heard Toby, doesn't Toby as a blood hunter have grim psychometry and therefore like a bonus to investigation for like dark history? That could be useful here.
Let me look.
Yeah, you'd think that, but I'm about to describe the bodies, so just a second.
That's fair enough.
Um,
Just food for thought.
So as you climb up to the platform where the thrones are and approach the bodies, you can see that they are mostly skeletal, but there seems to be some sort of strange parasitic like thing that's emanating from the skulls and sort of wrapping within the spinal column and rib cage. And as you step up to the platform, the skulls turn to you in unison. Just very quick snap of their neck. And the skulls themselves and the parasite attached to them lift up from the rest of the body.
Since Zoda is standing next to Tobias, I want him to grab her and throw her back. Because they're the two closest.
Yeah, Zoda is going to start walking back if possible too. So
I'm gonna just move some stuff around. I will tell you, we have 15 minutes left. Do we want to start this combat?
It might be good to pause.
yeah,
here.
we might want to
Yeah.
leave that for next time.
We're close to time, and then we'll have Kenzie back, hopefully.
That's what I was figuring. I just thought I'd throw the option out there. So this is where we will pick up next time. It's so nice of you guys to be grouped so close together.
Oh God.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh,
This is
fine.
Hey,
great.
hey, I already said you can't move. Already called it. All right, guys.
All right.
Thanks for playing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks for the
thank you.
fucking horror tactics you've been pulling all day.
This is great.
It's your job.
This is so great. I love this. I love this so much.
This is a good game, you guys.
This is a very interesting plot that's being laid out.
Time cake.
Yeah, and it sounds like I did my foreshadowing properly. Too. So you guys are able to guess.
Yeah.
All right. I guess I'll see you guys next time. And we were talking about doing a extra long session next time too, so that'll work out nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'll
fight some
be
demi
great.
We
liches.
still got to
So
figure out the
Okay,
logistics
the
for
thing
that.
is, they were
week-
going to be demi liches, but now there's something else because that would have killed you. Now I have
extras-
taken the stats of something else and I've modified it slightly, but I'm just still using the tokens for the demi liches.
And if they're undead, I got smite.
They're probably undead. Or they're bugs. Who knows?
It's fine.
We'll figure out next
You don't
time.
know.
On
On
Dragon Ball Z.
I mean Wild Roses.
Yeah. But thanks
Bye-bye,
for playing, guys. It's super cool.
Thank you
Yeah,
for
thank you
DMing.
so much.
Thank you for DMing.
Look forward to the next
Always.
meetup.